Get a Gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
just working with our company, you're going to
Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone. We welcome you to Mount Vernon High School, our Thursday night girls game of the week. The Marauders at 6-2, hosting the Spartans of Connersville, entering tonight's contest with a 3-2 overall record. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is the leading equipment dealer and has been since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Bertner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Piper Logistics, your trusted logistics partner since 1994. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else? The largest selection of food made from scratch and fairly priced. Highway Safety Services is a MBE DBE company that has been serving 60 years of experience in traffic control and pavement markings in Indiana. And by the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page every day with updated news from coast to coast. Log on to IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. Great to have you with us on a Thursday night. It's cold outside, Coach, but I think we got a pretty good hot one here tonight between these two teams. They're really playing well this early in the year.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. We saw Mount Vernon early in the season, and 6-2 right now, and we kind of expected that maybe as we saw them early and saw what some of their players were doing as freshmen. So excited to see how far they've come in the last 3 weeks. And then we haven't had a chance to see Connersville, so this will be, I know they've had a 500 season, but much improved from the last couple of years.
Yeah, generally when you talk about Connersville, a very storied program, though they've kind of hit some tough times over the last few years. They're hoping maybe to get back up there where they had been, and it's a good start. They've got some players on this team that can really score. They got some players on this team that can rebound, so it'll be a great test, and it might be their best test of the entire season to this point.
Yeah, this should be a good test for both. Connersville won last year, 48-43. They met on November 30th, so we're looking forward. Mount Vernon leads the series they were 17-6 in the last 20 years, so that's kind of a rival game for them, and looking for a good one.
All right now, coming into this game after the loss to Northeastern, which is one of the top teams in 2A basketball, they lost that one 64-54. They ended up beating New Pal. They beat Southport to start out 2-0. They ended up losing to Franklin Central. That by far their worst loss of the year at 69-35 to go to Shenandoah, which is not an easy place to play. They won there 62-36, and as we mentioned, they get beat by Northeastern 64-54. They've got some good players led by Anaya Bennett, coach, 16 points per game. 4.3 rebounds, and kind of as they go, and really as she goes, they go.
Yeah, Bennett's a solid player, and I'm looking forward to seeing her play. I've seen a couple films on her, and like you said, as she goes, as they go. So looking forward for a good one from her tonight.
You're getting a look right there at Serenity Pennington, who, by the way, averages 12 points per game. There'll be another player, good guard in the backcourt, because we're going to see a lot of good guards in this one tonight, but the left-hander will be somebody that we're going to watch this evening.
Yeah, definitely their 1-2 punch with Bennett and Pennington.
And by the way, keep an eye on Addison Jones. She averages just over 8 points and 4 rebounds. Kendall Bottomley at 6 points, or I should say at 6 rebounds per game, and J.C. Wilhelm at 6.4 rebounds per contest. Again, Connersville at 3-2. Shanna Williams, their head coach, in her second season. When we come back, we'll talk about the Marauders of Mount Vernon off to a 6-2 start. Talk about that young basketball team next right here on IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
This will be our second look at this Mount Vernon basketball team. We saw them coach earlier this year, and as you've alluded to, they're a young basketball team, but those young players they have almost look like players who could be juniors and seniors because they just don't seem to let anything bother them.
Yeah, in the first game we were kind of unsure what that was going to look like for them, and they battled a very good Chittard team. Zoe Wood became quickly one of our favorite players on the court as a freshman, and then Williams stepped up huge late in that game and just was flawless. So, and then obviously Bucksot as well, and they have a really nice trio of players that contribute greatly to their success.
Yeah, you mentioned that Chittard game. They lost that one 41-39. Of course, that was kind of a weird ending to that game, the way that ball bounced high in the air, and we actually thought it kind of hit that little piece of the standard on the backboard and came back down, but they went ahead and counted the basket anyway. But after that, they went to Richmond. They beat them by 13. They ended up going to Westfield, winning that game by 3. They go to Rushville, win that one by 5. And then they beat East Central 30-26, all close games before they lost to Noblesville. So they're winning a lot of close games early.
Yeah, this schedule is a gauntlet for them. And, obviously the Chittard game was maybe a one-off, in that kind of level. But Richmond, Westfield, Rushville, it's not easy to play at any of those places. And then to go into East Central and win as well, and it looks to be a low-scoring game. But and then come up against somebody like Noblesville, who's had such great success with Tipner. I really feel like they're starting to garner votes in the IBCA. They'll be up in the top 20 pretty soon. They continue along this path with a very, very young team.
Well, as you mentioned, talk a little bit more about Zoe Wood and what you saw in her. She's averaging around the 16 points per game. She rebounds the basketball, plays good defense, and isn't really big at 5'5", but again, a freshman, for her to step in and kind of take that leading role for a lot of players is very unusual.
Yeah, Zoe has a high motor, and as a point guard, she has a short memory and a high motor. So those are two things that are super important for the guard position. And in the game that we were able to watch, like I said, short memory, hit a lot of big shots, kept working, kept after it. They got down early and came back, and she was a big part of that. Yeah,
and you already mentioned their other freshman, Delaney Williams, who, by the way, is 5'6", and another player that just kind of plays like she's been there before. You talk about, again, they're only really about a 6-player rotation, so you don't see a whole lot of other players coming off that bench.
Yeah, Williams is solid, and then, Bucksot is a senior. She adds that night's touch in there as well, and just a lot of improvement,
And they are at home tonight, which is big because they always seem to play really well at home. That's one thing that when you talk about Coach Shelton, in all the years she's been coaching, you can't walk into this gym, even if they have an off year, and really expect to get an easy game out of this one.
Yeah, 24th year. Obviously, Coach Shelton has been fantastic and had such great success with the state championship in 2013. Had some great players in Jessica Brown and Sydney Shelton. Some old school names, kind of back in my day when they were playing, and we played against them at Lebanon and lost to them in the regional finals.
We expect a good one here tonight. As we said a little bit ago, it's cold outside, but this gym is heating up. Mount Vernon, the Marauders, coming in at 6-2. The Spartans at 3-2. The Starters and the Tip coming up next right here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
It's time to go to our public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups. Lineups for both teams, and they're ready to go as you see the Marauders gathering for the final time. Coaches talk about keys to this one. Connersville again 3-2. Still a team that has a lot of weapons, we said a little bit ago, but now they got to go on the road again here tonight. What do they have to do to get a win?
Connersville needs to obviously put the ball in the basket. They're going to see some pressure, and it looks to be a little outquicked by maybe a very quick Mount Vernon team. So they're going to have to sustain that.
Well, of course, we already talked about Mount Vernon and their quickness, as you said, and their ability to really energize this crowd, too. You heard the crowd cheering for Zoe Wood there a little bit ago. The tip will be actually won by the Marauders when it's all said and done. But let's talk about the Marauders at home here tonight. What do they have to do?
They've got to press the ball. They're outsized by a little bit, so they've got to keep attacking, and they need to press a little bit, turn up the tempo in the game.
That ball was knocked out of bounds, last touched by the Marauders. They want to get up and down the floor, and it'll be Connersville. Sarah Pennington leads the team, one of the 2 players in double figures at 12 points per game. And they'll be facing a lot of quickness on that defense. As we said a little bit ago, this is a very quick Mount Vernon team. When you think about Williams, Wood, and Thomas as their 3 guards out front. Skip pass will find Bennett. And we've got a reach and I believe a foul call against Reagan Britt. So Britt picks up her first.
Mount Vernon come out in a little bit of a matchup zone. That matchup we saw in the last game as well. It's pretty effective as they move. Connersville needs to keep moving the ball and attack the basket.
Off the inbound, it goes out of bounds, last touched by the Marauders. We get a chance, we'll run down the latest Indiana girls basketball polls in just a few minutes. Not a whole lot of changes after the first couple of weeks of the season. Good deflection, knocked out of bounds by Zoe Wood. Want to stay tuned later in the game on our post-game show, the Morales Group post-game show, and we'll be naming the Piper Logistics Player of the Game as well. I generally lead that up to you, so they'll call you in case they get upset about it.
Okay, we'll try to pick. We'll pick the best choice possible.
There you
tonight.
go. First turnover by the Spartans, and we're headed the other way. Ball loose on the floor, and we have a jump ball. Possession arrow will be in favor here of Mount Vernon. Good crowd here on hand when you think about the student section in force as well. In fact, they have students on both ends of the floor. And now we have a stoppage of play.
Looks like we might be having youth night tonight.
Yes, I think that's a good idea, too. So now we're going to have the official go over. While they're doing that, I want to remind you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in the state of Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give them a call at 317-849-0810. Is there some question here on the jump ball? Or
There must be. It was a tie-up, so it has to be a possession arrow issue.
And it was Connersville. Actually, the ball was tipped by a Mount Vernon player on the jump, but it was Connersville, I thought, who got it first. But they're going to give it to the Spartans right here. Not the first time we've been in a game where they forgot to flip the arrow, maybe.
Happens a lot.
Still no score here in the opening period of play. Near steal. Here's a three on the way. It is good. Looked like Pennington is the one who hit that three just moments ago. We'll check that, though. Looks like it was Pennington, number 3. That shot's off the mark, and it goes out of bounds.
It was very characteristic of the last game that we saw Mount Vernon come out and not be very, very confident and kind of work themselves into that confidence throughout the game.
Early 3-0 lead. That's Zoe Wood, the freshman. Saw her take over the last game we did against Bishop Chittard, and Williams on the drive and a foul. And looks like we're going to have a 2-shot foul here for Williams.
That's a great drive on her part to get something going, try to get a layup. If you can't, obviously don't make the basket, you get to the free throw line, get some points.
So our first free throw of the night. And that one goes in, so Williams on the board, averaging around 6 points per game. That last foul was called on Bennett, and that is going to be Bennett's first. Second free throw is missed. So Spartans continue to lead it 3-1.
Connersville needs to use their size a little bit here. They outsize them on the inside. Mount Vernon is tough defensively, but using that size is going to be key for them.
Nice cut to the basket, and the layup is good. That's going to be Pennington once again. She has all 5 points now for Connersville, and it is now a 5-1 lead. Man-to-man defense, and they will switch as you see the players communicating away from the basketball. Here's Williams. Baseline drive by Thomas. Misses it. Blocked from behind off the offensive rebound, and the putback is good. Buckshot down low to get the rebound putback. First basket of the ball game by Mount Vernon. They trail it by 2.
Buckshot did a lot of little things for them last time, especially in the rebounding category.
We said that's a very short bench, too, for Mount Vernon. They'll generally play about 6, and there's going to be a blocked shot by Reagan Britt. She's able to come away with it. And here come the Marauders back the other way. The nice spin. The short shot is going to be missed by Wood. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Connersville. Did you play with a short bench most of the time, or did you have a rotation of 4 or 5 off the bench?
We probably had 7.
Okay.
The normal would be 7. You're going to see one of Coach Shelton's great out-of-bounds plays here. She's a master of out-of-bounds plays.
Looks like Addison Jones is now checked in for Connersville. She wears number 13. Got a change here for Mount Vernon as well, as into the lineup is going to be Alea Baxter, and a turnover by Mount Vernon. That is officially their first turnover of the night. The entry pass going to be knocked away. Will stay here. Last touch by Buckshot.
It's good defense on the inside.
Again, Baxter wearing number 20. Off the inbound, nearly stolen away. Here's a 3, up and no good. And the rebound yanked out of there. Good job by Gabby Thomas.
Mount Vernon's doing a great job of boxing out. We had body on body there, I think maybe all 5 people.
Ball loose, almost stolen away. Spin in the lane, and looks like we have, a jump ball here. They're going to get a travel on it. Yeah, they're going to say it looks like they did call it a jump ball, so it will stay here with Mount Vernon. Off the inbound, here's the three on the way, no good by Wood. Van Meter there, Kinsey Van Meter will get credit for the rebound. We stay at 5-3 as we come up on the halfway point of the opening quarter. Spartans, skip pass. The drive, nothing there. Ball loose on the floor. And a turnover for the Spartans. That's going to be their second. Back the other way. Ball's going to be blocked out of bounds. Great hustle by Pennington to get back on defense. Take another look at it.
As Baxter comes down right here, you got to feel that person on your back. A little jump stop right there. She flies by, you get your basket. Easier said than done.
Yeah. Off the inbound. Ball loose. Shot from the baseline is going to be missed by Reagan Britt. And so far, Mount Vernon a little bit cold early. Here's a player we're waiting to get going. That's Anaya Bennett, number 10. The entry pass goes out of bounds and a turnover. That's number 3 now by Connersville.
It's good high side defense on their post. Make them make a flat pass. It's a very hard pass to catch for somebody that's posted up.
Yeah, you probably like that angle a little bit different, wouldn't you? Off to the side, maybe a little bit more instead of straight on.
Probably kick that out to the wing and bring it in on a nice bounce pass.
But so far, we have not seen Bennett score here in this opening quarter of play. That might have been a travel right there, and she got away with it. That was Baxter. But it will be Spartan basketball. Coming up on 3 minutes.
The ball pressure is hurting them a little bit. They're having a hard time finding the open person. They have hit the skip a couple times.
That won't get it done. 4 turnovers, 2-on-1 break the other way, and the layup good by Baxter. Her first 2 points.
We saw Baxter a little bit in the last game, but not a whole lot.
Near steal. Shot is on the way from 3 as Addison Jones can't get it. And you're right, there's Baxter.
Yeah, she's giving him some really good minutes here.
Two and a half to go. They'll set into the half court.
Connersville's doing a great job on defense. They're moving, they're helping.
Here's a 3, up and no good.
And they too are boxing out.
Gabby Thomas unable to connect. Spartans quickly the other way. The drive, the left-hand shot, no good. That's going to put Pennington to the line for 2.
It's a good drive there. You got to, against that zone, you've got to move the basketball. You got to use a pass fake, move the ball. And anytime you see that seam, you've got to get to the basket. This is what Connersville needs to do to score some points here.
Here's the left-hander at the line, Pennington. She has all 5 points and misses the first of 2. By the way, if you're a Boilermaker fan, you might not want to look at that score. Keith Myers, if you're viewing us tonight.
Oh, no.
Ugh. Second one is on the way and no good. Spartans had a chance to regain the lead right there. Baxter wide open for 3. Can't get it to fall. Ball loose in the lane. Picked up by Zoe Wood, and she'll go to the line.
It's a great shot by Baxter, and then you have Wood crashing the boards, and you had a lot of help in there from, I think it was Britt as well.
So we head to the free throw line. Zoe Wood for the first time tonight calmly hits number 1.
I'm sorry, that was Bucksot. She tipped that ball away, and Zoe was able to get over there and get a shot up at the basket.
And Mount Vernon has now taken a 2-point lead after getting off to a cold start. Under 2 minutes remaining.
Some good ball pressure and some help defense when the ball shifts to the baseline.
When you're mentioned that earlier. The Spartans just having a difficult time against that zone.
Yeah, they're matching up on the top, and it's something different every time, so it's hard for their guard to get a read. She needs to get out of the middle of the court a little bit, work that baseline, maybe get some cutting through the lane, make them match up with people.
Possession arrow in favor of Connersville with a minute 40 to go. Off the inbounds, going to be knocked out of bounds. Nice play again by Zoe Wood.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that she's a freshman.
Yeah, we were talking last time that I can't imagine if she will keep developing by the time she's a senior.
Yeah, I think both of her freshmen are going to be really, really good players.
Entry pass, nothing there for Van Meter.
They've done a great job on Bennett, keeping her out of the lane. She's quick and she can get in there. They've done a good job.
And that ball's going to be dribbled out of bounds by Wilhelm. That is already 5 turnovers now for Connersville.
I think this is where we saw Mount Vernon. It kind of took them a little longer last time, but this is where we see them digging on defense. And that's kind of where we're headed right here, is what it feels like.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and for the community we share. They can match you with the right career hire or hire the right candidate for your company. Give them a call at 317-472-7600. Marauders basketball, short jumper no good by Zoe Wood, and we got a foul on the rebound on Mount Vernon.
Yeah, Baxter over the back there, need to be smarter on that. It was a great box out by Connersville.
For Baxter, just her first. And we're coming up on 1 minute remaining in a low-scoring opening quarter. Here is Bennett for the first time tonight, hits the three and gets on the board.
Yeah, you knew eventually they were going to get her the ball and she was going to hit it. So they need to be mindful about where she is. She's a good shooter.
Averaging 16 points per game, giving the Spartans now a 1-point lead, closing seconds now of this opening quarter. Here's Wood. Britt with a basketball. Here is Baxter, the entry pass down low. They better hurry. 5 seconds remaining. Got it inside. Layup good by Bucksot.
There's their senior finishing that off for the quarter.
Perhaps one more opportunity right here for Connersville. That shot's off the glass and good as Van Meter able to hit that one. (10-9) your score. This is Zoe Wood with the basketball, launching this one from 3. No good by Gabby Thomas. We'll head to period number 2. Spartans lead it by 1.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software and then move on. We're here to manage that whole life cycle of not only helping you procure the licensing, but then how do you manage and monitor those licenses over time?
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization, so we definitely work as a team from a sales, marketing, and delivery organization, along with our partner ecosystem to help deliver best-of-breed solutions for our partners and customers.
Partners that sell IBM licensing a lot of times are very transactional oriented, and we're here to build relationships with customers, which I think is unique.
High school basketball in IndianaSRN brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for new build and upgrade or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermaker Local 374 to do your job right the first time. 10-9 after 1. Marauders basketball to begin this second quarter. Zoe Wood with just 2 free throws in that opening period of play. They'd love to get her going as Baxter gives it up. This is Britt. Spartans have stayed man-to-man in this first half. Baxter starts to spin, lost the handle. Good look again at Wood. Baxter off the drive. Baseline, the double team, and a turnover.
Great job defensively by Connersville.
Spartans quickly back the other way. Pennington off the drive. Here's a three at the top, no good. One and done off the miss there. That was Addison Jones. As we head the other way, the shot's going to be missed as well by Gabby Thomas.
Probably a shot pretty quick there. Obviously, you want to push the ball up the floor, but not many rebounders in position there to help him out if you miss that.
Both teams are going to go back to their bench as Anaya Bennett got a little bit of a break, but she's going to come back in. And we'll also see Williams come back in for Mount Vernon. Well, this one might be the first one to 40.
The defensive battle.
I was going to say, depending on, oh, there's another bank shot. Good.
The bank is open in Mount Vernon tonight.
No kidding.
You know, this is, as you watch Mount Vernon, they have these three freshmen, and you know, they're doing a great job playing a very tough schedule.
13-9 your score. Spartans basketball once again. Really good pass down low, layup good.
Is that Bottomley that scored that, I believe?
Yeah, Bottomley, her first two of the night.
And she leads them in rebounding, so I think she's pretty, looking stat-wise, she leads them in rebounding. She's a pretty understated player.
Yeah, 6-footer. As that shot good by Zoe Wood.
And Connersville's got a young team. We've got J.C. Wilhelm as a senior. But all in all, they're a very young team, so that's good news for them as well.
Down low, and we have a whistle and a reach. Foul called against Mount Vernon. And we mentioned Williams coming in, Bennett coming in as well. (15-11) your score. And the turnover, Connersville, that's number 6. And the drive by Zoe Wood blocked out of bounds. And maybe your two best players on the floor as Bennett hustles back.
Yeah, very good. Nice steal and great defense.
It was 10-9 after 1. And a turnover by Mount Vernon. That is their third. And a ball picked up off the floor, thrown up. No good off the rim. The rebound, Van Meter. And I think they got Van Meter on the push.
You got a couple of possessions there where you had chances to put that ball in. And I'm impressed by the Connersville team. They're battling.
Got a timeout on the floor. This will be a 30-second timeout. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. As a prestige healthcare company, Passion to Care is driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. Give them a call, 317-537-1811. You see Coach Shelton right there. Very matter of fact with her bat. You never did that, did you? Matter of fact?
Very, not very often.
No, I can't imagine that.
I mean, there's times for that, and she does a great job with her young teams when you've watched her over the years. And you have to coach to where your team is, and she does a great job of that.
Well, last time I think that when we did the game, she had a timeout, if I recall correctly, and they were very good after that timeout,
That's
by the
correct.
way. So
that's correct.
She got their attention. Go ahead.
I think Coach Smith's doing a great job at Connersville as well. This is her, she's 16-12 there, and the improvement from them has been tremendous. I did see them play last year in a kind of a one-off game that I was watching, and the improvement has been tremendous, so she's doing a great job as well.
Ooh, near travel there by Zoe Wood. Here's Williams. And the ball off the fingertips of Britt. Britt, the handoff to Wood. The step back by Wood. The three is off the mark. And high for the rebound, Bennett. We stay at 15-11.
You got to give credit to Connersville's defense on Zoe Wood. Doing a great job on her, trying to keep her and make her take some difficult shots.
Van Meter put it on the floor, stolen away by Wood. Wood has one to beat and had a little body up right there and ended up turning it over.
You know, that physicality against a freshman will get you. Connersville has obviously been very well coached in what to do against her, and they're doing a great job trying to keep her from scoring those easy baskets.
You know, I might have given her the bucket if she'd have made that. There's the 8th turnover now by Connersville. 4 tonight by Mount Vernon.
Yeah, we've seen it. Mount Vernon clean it up from the last game. Big improvement from last game, handling the basketball. So that's good news for them as they move through the tournament.
By the way, Williams missing that shot from the right wing. So the Spartans trying to get it down low to Van Meter, has a good size advantage underneath.
Buckshot's tough. She puts her body on people. She's in the right place. She's in help side. She does a great job defensively for Mount Vernon. It's a big part of their defense.
Possession arrow will stay here with the Spartans, but next dead ball will go to, or should say jump ball will go to Mount Vernon. Maddie Harrison back in for Connersville. Shots no good by Pennington, and as she gets the offensive rebound, goes back up, will go to the line for 2.
You see that zone, and you know when you have young kids, you have to box out. And against that zone, when you're moving and interchanging as much as they are, it becomes very difficult to do that. So that's something that they need to get better at underneath, especially.
Free throw is missed, as Pennington has missed all 3 attempts tonight.
Yeah, we've seen several. It's a great drive, but we've seen several times where we're kind of turning and watching and not really putting our body on somebody. So Mount Vernon in that zone really needs to get back to what they were doing in the first quarter, which is just putting a body on a body every time.
Second free throw's missed. She's 0 for 4 tonight. I didn't think left-handers missed free throws. They're always so smooth. The drive block shot underneath. The Zoe Wood attempt got rejected as we head the other way. Wild shot thrown up there by Bennett. Goes out of bounds. We're going to stay here.
It's 2 freshmen there going at it, and Zoe got a little too close to Bottomley. She's bigger than you might think.
Yeah, Kendall is at 6'1". Got some long arms to work with too.
Right.
Boy, Mount Vernon's been stuck right here for a while, but there's 9 turnovers now by Connersville. So now Mount Vernon just hasn't been able to get that offense rolling again.
You gotta attribute that to Connersville. I mean, they're playing hard on defense, and they're creating a lot of what's going on with Mount Vernon right now.
Now take a look at this block moments ago.
Love to see this.
Timed it perfectly.
She did.
By the way, Lawrence Central is still number 1 in 4A in the Girls Basketball Association polls this week, followed by Hamilton Southeastern, Homestead, Center Grove, and Plainfield. Ball's knocked out of bounds in 3A. Greensburg off to a good start. They're 7-0. Followed by Silver Creek, Danville, Washington, and Columbia City. We'll get to 2A and 1A as well.
And Mount Vernon is garnering some votes in the overall IBCA poll with their record.
Had a foul in the backcourt on a turnover by Connersville, so they've turned it over 10 times, and then they commit the foul.
Yeah, Mount Vernon just needs to get back to running their offense, taking care of the basketball.
We haven't kept a precise number the last time that Mount Vernon has scored, but it's been a while. The drive by Baxter gets it back from Wood, and they'll reset it once again to Williams.
They have Connersville has a nice balance of being able to sub a 6-1 for a 6-1, so that is giving them a little trouble on the inside and having to adjust their shots.
Williams missed that one. One thing about when I saw Williams coming across the lane like that, instead of running, she had, in fact, a defender right in front of her. We have a jump ball. Why not take a space where that defender has to come guard her and then maybe make a move around her?
Right.
Make sense? Never worked for me, but I thought maybe I'd give you a shot at it.
Yeah, creating space there. If you're a little smaller, you've got to give yourself an extra arm's length to get that shot off. She's very quick, so she's able to create that space just on her drive by herself. She's able to use that backup dribble to do that.
There's a turnover by Mount Vernon. That's their 6th turnover of the night. Now, I said it was cold outside, but maybe it's chilly in here too. I had some cold shooting in the first half. We've had a combined 16 turnovers. Said the first team to 40 might actually be pretty accurate here. Ball on the floor and a turnover by the Spartans.
Mount Vernon needs to start capitalizing on these turnovers. There's been several, and they've gone down and haven't been able to finish. That's a great pass.
And the finish down low by Bucksot. I have her unofficially for 6.
Yeah, Bucksot is their steady, and that was a great pass. That's Baxter on the pass. So she's really stepped up from the last game that we saw even. Really doing some really nice things, some extra minutes.
Yeah, you draw that big out there in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Nice free throw by Bucksot now with 7.
It goes along with what you were just saying, creating that space to be able to make that pass. And she drew the defender to her and dumped it off. Nice and easy layup.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, as we have a whistle, as well as transportation needs. They stand as your comprehensive logistics partner. Give them a call at 317-396-1023.
Yeah, we just fouled her shooting in 3 there, Zoe. And Coach Shelton immediately put her hands on her head. But, from a freshman, those are the kind of growing pains that you have. So I would take that all day long.
And by the time she's a senior, she won't do that again. See?
Right. Maybe by next week.
Exactly.
That's right.
Third free throw is missed. Spartans able to bring it down, and we've got a traveling call against Wilhelm.
That was a great rebound. She was just surrounded. Good effort, though.
Final seconds of this first half. A one-possession game as you see Zoe Wood off the drive. Williams launches and hits it.
That's what we saw her do against Chittard early in the season, and that's going to be very important when Zoe's not able to step up and hit those shots because she's being, you guarded so well that it's important for these other guys to step up.
Well, nothing decided as of yet. We head to the locker room tied at 17. Our halftime report coming up in just a few moments. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Brian Chrisman joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we really serve a lot of people year round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year. IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. Donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space, and so we have bed capacities. for sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program, with our reach, maybe they want to do a sock drive, or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You can drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city, or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different people. But the first things first, right? Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on IndianaSRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler Mission. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner. Come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
That's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, exactly. For IndianaSRN, this is Keith Myers.
Piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com. Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
To you.
Logistics. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
High school basketball in IndianaSRN brought to you in part by Dynamark. If you're looking to elevate your brand, choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. They've been serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. For more information, give them a call at 317-328-2555. And also by Highway Safety Services. You do what you do, we'll keep you safe doing it. Highway Safety Services, give them a call at 765-446-1502. All right, I don't know that either one of us were expecting 17-17 at halftime. Let's talk about now the second half. We'll start with Connersville. By the way, 12 turnovers unofficially in the first half. You have to feel pretty good that you're tied. You had 12 turnovers.
Yeah, Connersville needs to keep playing defense, keep playing hard on defense. I think they're doing a great job on that, and they need to limit Mount Vernon to 1 shot, and they have been doing that. They just need to take better care of the basketball.
And then, of course, Mount Vernon just unable to get that offense going so far. Zoe Wood only 4 points, had 1 basket in the first half.
Yeah, focusing on offensive flow for them, and then on defense, limiting Connersville to 1 shot are going to be keys as we go through the rest of the game here.
All right, we are ready to go here in the third quarter. It'll be Spartan basketball. You'll notice again, Mount Vernon will stay in that zone, and an early turnover off the drive by Van Meter on the baseline. Now they're up to 13.
Yeah, better patience from Connersville on offense. Trying to force a little bit too much. Just move the basketball and make the easy pass.
Near steal as the Marauders have the basketball for the first time here in the second half. Shot missed by Wood. Williams with the rebound. They'll go down low. Shot's going to be missed there by Bucksot. It goes out of bounds, and it stays here. Come on back, lady. Now, what does that tell you if you have Bucksot running the other end? She's like, I touched it. I admit it.
Yeah, she might think that it wasn't hers.
Off the inbound, Wood misses everything. Bennett with the rebound. She'll slowly bring the ball up the floor. Still at 17. The reach, and we do have a foul call. Might have been a little bit late on this, but they got it. Now it depends on who they're going to get.
You know, you work with your posts about bringing the ball down. They've got to keep that ball high when they get the ball inside. You've got all these little guards from Mount Vernon running around.
Yeah. Ball's knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it was thrown off the leg of Bennett, and that'll be a turnover again for Connersville. So they've had 2 turnovers already here in the third. So once again, Mount Vernon basketball. Pull-up jumpers on the way. Boy, off the mark by Bucksot. They've had 2 air balls.
We've just seen Mount Vernon struggle from the field, and I think you have to attribute that to Connersville's defense. And we're just struggling right now. They got to get to the basket. They got to drive, draw some fouls, and shoot some free throws. Kind of change the tempo of what's going on in the game.
That's the 15th turnover. That's one of those turnovers that will drive you nuts as a coach. There's no pressure on the ball or anything. The spin in the lane by Wood, and they'll bring it back to Williams.
There's the drive.
Yep.
That's what they're looking for.
Got the defender to commit, and Bucksot lays it in.
It was a great drive and a great dish. That's what happens. Good things happen when you drive to the basket.
Bucksot, by the way, unofficially with 9, and Mount Vernon leads it by 2. And right now, the Spartans having a difficult time just holding on to the basketball. That's already 4 turnovers here in the third.
We used to talk a lot to our kids about why are we driving underneath the basket? What are you going to do from back there? Moving the basketball through the high post. They have some size, working a little high-low. Definitely some things that they can do.
Well, I'm going to ask you, then, what was the answer generally? Why are you driving it down there? What did they tell you?
It was the shrug and the hands out. I don't know.
Of
I don't know,
course.
Coach, what I'm doing.
The universal answer, right? Yeah, I don't know. It just looked like it looked like the thing
it was
to
open.
do. Yeah.
It looked like it was open.
I've seen the players in the WNBA do it. Why can't I? Almost another turnover. Good hustle there by Gabby Thomas, and now we've got a whistle and a foul call.
Yeah, fun story. We actually put a play in at Lebanon for that, to drive and kick the ball to the opposite baseline, and then we went crazy with that too. So, we kind of have to just got to pick and choose your battles.
Got a lot of battles out there sometimes.
That's right.
I could never get over the idea if you drew something up in the huddle, and by the time they got out on the floor, I can't figure out what they were running. There's another turnover.
It's coach's fault.
It is.
Coach's fault.
I wasn't clear enough. Just inbound and shoot it. That, I don't know what more directions you need. But
yes.
Boy, right now, Connersville, 5 turnovers in this quarter alone. The off-balance shot off the baseline as Zoe Wood, even if she would have reached for that and touched it, it would have been off Mount Vernon. So we'll head back the other way.
We're not seeing any full court pressure from either team, so that's something that Mount Vernon could go to also, just kind of change the tempo of the game a little bit.
Well, they're going to have to do something.
Connersville has struggled in the half court, and so possibly changing the tempo in the full court, just give them a different look.
And they're almost 3 minutes now into the quarter, and they haven't even gotten off a shot yet. They have 5 turnovers.
Right.
I don't think they've had many more possessions than that.
No, they have not.
And there's another one.
Yeah, I mean, Connersville's doing everything. I think probably her game plan is working what she wanted to do, except for taking care of the basketball.
Yeah. That is now 6 in the quarter. And now the Marauders with Williams at the elbow. Good side-to-side movement here to Wood. By the way, Baxter back in, another freshman. Very rare you're going to have 3 freshmen on the floor at the same time. That'll be a reach by Van Meter.
So 2 times ago coming down, we have dribble penetration, kick, layup. Go back to that. Go back to the things that are easy, the things that are working for you that are going to put points on the board.
Into the lineup will be Kendall Bottomley. As we mentioned earlier, she is 6'1".
She's open.
The inbound deep in the corner to Wood.
They're doing a great job on Wood defensively. I'm really impressed with what they're doing defensively to help out on her because she is a force.
Baxter lost it on the way up. And able to get the ball away is Britt. Shot in the corner, no good by Wood.
Good rebound by Bennett.
We've had a total of 2 points by both teams in nearly 4 minutes. And that might have been, again, the first shot by the Spartans, and that ball tipped in the backcourt, picked up by Bennett. And Connersville needs a timeout. They'll get it right here, 19-17 Marauders.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Burtner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
High school basketball brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Do your part and practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we won't play.
Good timeout by Connersville. Settle everybody down.
And got
Make
an open
good
look.
Entry pass. Spread everybody out. Make that good entry pass.
Well, they got a player hurt back there as well. That was Maddie Harrison getting her first two. And as we head the other way, we've got a foul. We'll go to the line.
Got Bucks out again. Dribble penetration. Nice little kick inside. She's doing a lot for him on the inside tonight.
Yeah, so Bottomley picks up the foul. Bucksot at the line. She had 7 points in the first half. It looks like, at least from this standpoint, that free throw is good. The injured player there for Connersville is going to be okay. They were down in numbers, and Mount Vernon did the smart thing and hustled down the floor while they had a player back on the floor. Second free throw is good. She's now 3 of 3 from the line. So Mount Vernon answers. And now Connersville back the other way. In the corner, that is Bennett. Guarded by Baxter. Bennett drives. Feeds it off now to Bottomley. The lob pass inside, and the big brought it down. J.C. Williams, you just talked about that a minute ago. Got to keep it up high.
Yeah, she gave her an impossible pass between two defenders, and I'm not sure she had her balance in that situation. But, yeah, moving the ball around the outside makes that so much easier for your post.
We're coming up on 3 minutes in the third. We can officially call this a very low-scoring contest.
It is.
And I don't think we expected it this low, though.
No, not from what we saw last time with Mount Vernon.
Shots off the mark by Zoe Wood. One and done there for Mount Vernon. Here's a shot on the way off the glass. That's the third one we've seen tonight. This time it's Bennett getting her second three. I think she banked the first one,
I think
too.
Bennett will take that.
Well, that's what it's there for,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Bennett now with 8, averages 16. Baxter nearly loses it, looking for help, lobs it underneath, not a great pass, run down by the freshman Zoe Wood, who lays it in.
She's there when you need her.
By the way, Bennett slow to get up. Zoe Wood now with 6. She's about 10 under her average. Stripped, another turnover. Here come the Marauders. The spin by Wood, blocked, gets it back and misses. Gets another offensive rebound. The kick out and the three is going to be missed.
Some good offensive rebounding there. Some good looks at the basket. The basket just has a lid on both ends tonight for whatever reason. And you have nights like this. You just got to fight through it. You've got to try to drive to the basket and make things happen. Get to the free throw line.
That's where they call grinding it out, right?
That's right. It's called winning ugly.
Well, it is Thursday, and you never play good on Thursdays.
Thursday was actually our day. I love Thursdays. This is a Monday right here.
How about that shot on the way? Good by Addison Jones. Her second three. And Connersville, despite 7 turnovers in the quarter, leads it by 2. So Mondays weren't good days, or?
Mondays were never good days for us.
There was a travel by Mount Vernon. That's their first turnover in the second half. Well, Mondays are tough because you generally, unless you get a walkthrough sometime after school, or you really don't. You don't do anything on Sundays, of course.
I'm out of the weekend. Everybody's mad. They're back in school.
Yeah, we should eliminate school, just play basketball.
Yeah.
Wide open in the corner. The 3 no good by Jones. Offensive rebound, put back Wilhelm.
Wilhelm's touched the ball quite a bit on the inside. She has turned the ball over a little bit, but she's doing a great job rebounding in there. She's a big body. They need to use her more.
Here's a 3 the other way. Rims in and out by Zoe Wood. Connersville, chance to build on the lead. The drive down the lane, and let's see, they're going to count the basket. And we'll go to the line. Good job by Pennington.
Yeah, Pennington did what she needed to do to get to the basket, draw a foul, get the clock stopped, take a breath.
Well, we had to feel right there that maybe Mount Vernon should have taken over this game a little bit when they had the opportunity, but they didn't do it. And the ball goes out of bounds, and I think now
it's off Mount Vernon.
Connersville wanted a timeout right there, but it will be their ball.
Yep, their ball out of bounds.
24.2 to go. Connersville by 6 now. This game turned quickly.
Mount Vernon's taken a couple quick shots, and they've gone down, and even when they've had a couple shots, they haven't been able to capitalize on them. They had a couple offensive rebounds there and couldn't put the ball back in.
I think that foul's going to go against Bucksot, and that's going to put Bennett at the line. We have now made it into the bonus, and the free throw good by Bennett.
Mount Vernon's going to have to do something to change the tempo of the game. I mean, obviously making shots is the thing you want to do, but when you're not doing that, you're going to have to change tempo a little bit.
Well, this has been a nice run here by the Spartans to end this third quarter. They're going to lead it by 8. They were down by 1 just moments ago. Here's Williams against Bennett. Clock down to 1, and they don't even get the shot off. Great defense by Connersville. We head to the fourth. Spartans lead at 31-23. Big play here for Mount Vernon. Hurdle looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw. Boy, what a stick, huh? Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with 3. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35-30. Block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there. And finally, somebody gets on the board. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Give him a call for more coverage at 317-894-7000. The big story really, Coach, in that third quarter was Connersville had turned it over 7 times. I think had 5 in a row, and they got 1 shot off, and yet somehow they were still managed to get an 8-point lead.
Yeah, Mount Vernon just could not capitalize on any of those turnovers. And to give all the credit to Connersville, they are handling the pressure that Mount Vernon is putting on them, but they're just fighting. They're just continuing to fight.
Now at this stage, you've got a lot of basketball to be played. You can't hold it or anything, but you want to really get a good look. And here's one of them. Wide open was Bennett. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Put back no by Bottomley, and it'll go off the Spartans.
Yeah, that's a huge rebound for Bottomley, and that's what she does. She has six rebounds a game for her as a freshman. Nice player.
Let's see if this Mount Vernon team can get their offense going. Buckside is their leading scorer here now in the fourth quarter. New player in the ball game now for the Marauders will be Reagan Britt. She came back into the lineup, sacked quite a bit in that third, and then turned it over. And we got a foul by Zoe Wood.
Yeah, a little frustration foul there, turning the ball over and then turning around and fouling somebody.
All right, you have an 8-point lead if you're Connersville. As I said, you can't hold it a long time. But talk a little bit about using some clock right here and maybe run a minute off there and get a good look.
Yeah, I think Coach went to that. You see them, they're pulling out a little bit. They're spreading everything out, making it easier to get those drives to the basket. Mount Vernon's going to have to come out and put some pressure on them at some point if they're going to continue to do this.
Well, there's a quick 3 missed by Addison Jones. Jones has 2 threes on the night. That might have been a little quick, but
yeah, with an 8-point lead, I want something going to the basket there.
So the Marauders see if they get going again. Here's Thomas. She's been quiet tonight. She traveled with it, drug that pivot foot.
And in Mount Vernon's defense against Chautauqua, we saw kind of the same thing that we're seeing, and then all of a sudden they turned it on. But it was earlier in the third quarter when they did that. They're going to have to, here in the next minute or so, they're going to have to create some energy.
You know, Coach, my teams, I tried to hold it after the first quarter when it was 2-0. It didn't generally work, but I wanted to. You know.
We did that once, and it did work against a very good Martinsville team, but it was painful. The whole thing was painful.
I bet the fans, I want my money back.
Well, they were ranked number 1.
Okay.
And I was at Pike, and we were not ranked number 1. We held the ball for an entire quarter. The score was 2-0 at the end of that quarter.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was boring. Very, very boring, but we ended up winning the game.
That's what matters. It's all about strategy. That's why when I become Supreme Emperor, as you probably heard, I'm putting the shot clock in. So
I'm a shot clock fan because I like to play fast. So I'm a shot clock fan. I think it makes the game a little cleaner.
I agree. You know, Keith Myers didn't like the shot clock, but I got him convinced it's
Keith.
a good thing. Yeah, his Boilermakers lost tonight, so
those are my Boilermakers too.
Oh, yeah, well, sorry. not a good loss there tonight. They got blown out.
They need to convert this right here. It's a good steal.
And we got players going down. Look out.
Thank goodness.
I was afraid maybe one of them was going to hit their head on the bleachers, and they might have.
I think she might have.
That's great hustle, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was Kinsey Van Meter. The gym got really quiet.
Yeah, it was a good hustle coming down. Got the foul.
Oh, that was that might have been a face plant there too.
Yeah.
So hopefully she's okay. But great hustle by Van Meter to get back.
Yeah, Thomas needs to hit these free throws. These are 2 big free throws for Mount Vernon. Try to turn up the tempo a little bit here.
She has not scored tonight. Averaging around 10 per game. They need her offense, and they are not connecting on free throws now either. We've gone 2+ minutes.
There you go.
And finally getting on the board is Thomas.
Comes a little token pressure from Wood. Yep, little half-court trap, run and jump. Thomas was a little late getting to the middle there.
Three in the corner is going to be missed by Pennington.
Got a rebound. Here we go.
Yep, here's Williams.
It's the freshman energy right here.
Blocked out of bounds by Bennett.
Good take. Coach Shelton needs to come up with one of those outstanding plays she used to run against me that I used to hate so much.
Because she was so successful with it?
Yeah, she was.
How about this? Is going to be a 3-point attempt and the foul, and Zoe Wood to the line for 3.
This is a critical point for her. Zoe's got to put these in. This is kind of that momentum swing that Mount Vernon had to be looking for.
Especially when you get points with the clock off. There's another look at it.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch what your freshmen will do when you're in these situations. And this is such a learning curve for them and a learning opportunity for them all in the same thing. And Coach Shelton's calm. You watch her on the bench, and she's calm, and she kind of lets them just run it, and they've got to learn from it.
I'm always curious why, and again, everybody thinks they're Dikembe Mutombo blocking shots, but why go out there, just challenge the shot? You can't block it most of the time.
No.
Lead at 5.
Yeah, that's one of the worst fouls is, from a coaching perspective, to foul somebody shooting a three-point shot, because three-point shots being realistic are under 30%. So why give them those free shots?
Last 2 times the Spartans have had the basketball, I thought, and I think you would agree, they shot kind of quick.
Yes.
And this time they're about ready to turn it over, and they did. So they've had 3 empty possessions. And now the Marauders back the other way. The drive from the baseline, missing the runner, and it goes out of bounds. That was, I believe, Gabby Thomas.
Yeah, she needed to face those shoulders up and use the backboard in that situation. That's a hard shot coming in like that when you know everybody's in the middle of the lane.
We have a timeout on the floor. This will be a 30-second timeout. Want to remind you tonight's game brought to you in part by our good friends at Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about the service they give you, we encourage you to go to Aspen Creek Grill. By the way, don't go there, watch Purdue this weekend. Anyway, go to Aspen Creek Grill for great food and great service, and an excellent sponsor here at IndianaSRN. I don't mean to keep throwing that Purdue thing out there, but
I think you do.
My Michigan Wolverines pulled off another win again the other night too, so thought I'd throw that in there. I don't try to antagonize or anything, Coach. My wife thinks I'm mean to my son because he's an IU fan. All right, the inbound.
That's a big
Wood.
shot.
Yeah,
That's
Wood.
a big shot.
Big time 3. When they needed that, down to a 2-point lead.
Now, Connersville needs a basket here. This is the tempo has changed. Julie went to a little half court 1-2-2, and the tempo has definitely changed.
Back-to-back turnovers. Spartans able to get it back, coming up on 4.5 minutes. Boy, get out of that area. 2 straight turnovers now for the Spartans. Back the other way. That's going to be Gabby Thomas. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by Bottomley.
Connersville's lucky there. That could have definitely been a timeout-worthy basket by Mount Vernon.
Here's a 3 from the right wing, no good by Wilhelm. The rebound by Bottomley, and she brought it down and got tied up. Are they going to call a foul? They're going to get a foul on Williams. So what advice do you give Bottomley and the other bigs not to just bring that ball back down around your...
Just go right back up with it.
Off the inbound.
Great play.
And hit from behind, basket good by Wilhelm.
Yeah, it's a much-needed play, and Connersville looking stat-wise, they're shooting 23% from the three-point line this year. They've taken a lot of threes in this game, and that's kind of maybe where they are. They've got her on the inside, Wilhelm, who does a great job. You got to use those kids on your inside, especially when you're struggling.
That foul on 32, Kat Simmons, who has checked into the lineup first time tonight. She actually got pushed by one of her teammates that ended up causing the foul. You see Baxter back in now for Mount Vernon, and another big free throw here. And that one's banked.
That's great. Youth League night at Mount Vernon. Home court advantage.
And that's how you keep them interested in the
That's
game, right?
It's so important. It is so important.
Let them be a part of it. 34-29 and a foul call against Wilhelm. I mean, a lot of people don't think that's important, but I still remember the times I went to games and watched these guys. They were bigger than life.
Yeah, that's where you get them. That's where you convince them to love basketball and that you care about them and you want them to be part of your program. And they look up to all of these girls, which is fantastic. I love that about high school sports in general.
Exactly. Here's a little floater on the baseline, no good. Ball loose, kicked out of bounds. I believe we're going to stay here.
And Mount Vernon's in a situation they need to secure rebounds. And Connersville's in a situation where they don't need to hurry. They need to run offense and take good shots, get shots going to the basket where they're able to draw fouls.
Spartans will inbound. Pennington's been quiet in the second half. That jumper's no good by Bennett. She thought maybe she got fouled as it goes out of bounds back over to the Marauders. Williams.
Oh.
Boy, she had a chance to drive and score.
Oh, Buckshot, there she is.
Yep. Williams launches from three, missed it. And running down the loose basketball is Jones. And we got a foul call against Zoe Wood, or did it just go out of bounds?
I think there was a foul there. I think it's on Wood.
Okay. And the way we're walking to the other end, we've made it to 5. 3 and change to go in this one. And I take it back. Looks like they're going to inbound it here. I'm not sure, Coach, what's going on right at the moment.
I wanted to say he called a foul initially.
So it'll be a 30-second timeout. And want to thank our, it will be a full. We'll take a timeout as well, 34-29.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like to volunteer and need more information, give them a call at 317-686-6239. All right, crunch time.
The clock is your friend here, Connersville, but you have to slow down and reverse the basketball. Just slow down. Take your time. I know.
Can you tell me why that little area on the floor right across midcourt, they go to that corner? It's like a magnet sometimes.
You see it happen in every game.
Yeah.
Not in our game, but just in every game. That's a great rebound.
Yeah, that's going to be Buckshot, I believe. Off the miss by Wood, and we're down to a 3-point game.
And this is where you see what your ball handling is made of. And, oh, boy. Yes. Buckshot with the rebound and the putback.
Right place, right time.
Yep. Connersville's got to take care of the basketball. They have this lead, and now you're giving Mount Vernon the ball back with 2:37.
That is the 13th turnover of the second half. 25 tonight by Connersville. Williams.
Good things have happened when they've driven towards the basket and dished it off. They need to continue that.
Pull up, shot on the way, good by Wood.
Mid-range jumper. Talked about that last time with her, the mid-range jumper.
Another timeout on the floor with 2:15 remaining. This will be a 30-second timeout. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Highway Safety Services. You do what you do, we'll keep you safe doing it. Give them a call if you'd like more information, 765-446-1502. And we have a 1-point game, and Zoe Wood has come up big now down the stretch. 9 points in the second half. She now has 13. We talk about Bucksot. She has 6 in the second half. She has 13. They're the 2 leading scorers so far tonight for Mount Vernon.
Zoe gets them going, and she gets going to the basket, and Bucksot cleans up all of the stuff underneath. She gets the putbacks and does the hard work underneath.
By the way, Bennett for Connersville still at 10. Been there for a while. Hasn't scored here in the fourth quarter. The ball's knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say last touch by Connersville.
Yeah. You got an odd man front defense there. You need to have an even man if you're Connersville, and use that backup dribble. Reverse the basketball through the backup dribble. There's no hurry. You should not be in a hurry at all.
Didn't recognize it in time. It'll cost them their 14th of the second half.
They need it driving to the basket.
It's hard to believe here. Mount Vernon a chance to take the lead.
There it is.
And we're going to go down low and a foul call, and they're going to get Addison Jones. And guess who's at the line? Bucksot.
Yeah, you got to give her a lot of credit. She uses her body very well on the inside, and you watch as the ball rotates. She rotates her shoulders with the basketball.
3 of 3 from the line tonight.
Easy to do and hard to teach.
Yeah, it takes. I mean, bottom line is like anything else. If you're going to do it, a lot of the things you got to do outside of practice and put some extra time in.
This is a senior. This is a senior stepping up in crunch time.
Chance to take the lead, and does. Connersville, by the way, had an 8-point lead moments ago. It is gone. And now they're just trying to hold on here. 90 seconds remaining. Now, the other way, you don't have to foul here. Just play good defense.
Right. Timeout.
They are really shaky with the basketball right here. The shot on the baseline, no good. Rebounded by Bucksot. And then she puts it on the floor or got tied up. It looks like we're going to have a foul against the Spartans. I think they got Kendall Bottomley.
The senior coming up big with the rebound on the inside. Yeah, senior coming up big. Bucksot's had a solid game through and really brought them back, and with the help of Zoe Wood, obviously, but she's done a lot of the heavy lifting on the inside.
Don't forget, when we are done, we'll be naming the Piper Logistics Player of the Game in the Morales Group post-game show, and there's her first miss of the night. One more here for Bucksot.
The half-court trap and changing the tempo has been key, and Connersville's lack of ball handling right now has been key. So they've got to take. They're still right in it. They've got to take good care of the basketball.
Oh man!
Up a rebound.
Guess who got that one? That was Baxter, who ran it down in the corner. And we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. 1:04 remaining.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Right now, neither team making it very easy when you think about Mount Vernon right there. Bucksot had 2 free throws, could have given them a 37-34 lead. She missed both. Connersville has just been turnover happy in the second half, and especially they had a really, really rough beginning, and there's a turnover on the inbound. Spartans ball loose on the floor, and we've got a jump ball. Mount Vernon 11 turnovers, which is really way below what Connersville has. And unfortunately, the possession arrow will go to Mount Vernon if you're a Connersville fan.
We talked a lot to our kids about this. This bounce pass in this situation is a bad pass because you're putting the ball on the floor and slowing it down and giving the defender that half a second to get their hand in the passing lane.
The press in the backcourt, and we have a whistle, and I believe Mount Vernon may have gotten the timeout. Spartans wanted a foul in the backcourt, I do believe. Or a travel, actually, is what it was at that one point. And we're going to keep it here for this timeout. Don't forget, after the game, we'll also be featuring some of our games coming up. In fact, we have games both Friday and Saturday, as we'll be returning to boys action tomorrow and Saturday. And, of course, our games with the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference picking up as well. They're in conference play. But now you're down the stretch in this one with just 53 seconds to go.
You've got your 2 best free throw shooters are Buckshot and Wood for Mount Vernon. So if you're going to foul somebody, probably not one of them. Coming out, I'd venture to say that Coach Shelton's talking now about make sure we're keeping the ball in our best free throw shooters' hands and taking care of the basketball. Stay out of the corners.
Yeah, please.
Stay out of the corners.
Getting them to understand that sideline is an extra defender.
2 extra defenders.
Yeah, especially where you're going, yeah. Keep it in the middle of the floor.
That's right.
Sometimes it looks open, though, and they go right there. So here we go. Spartans will press once again.
Oh, my mercy.
Right where you didn't want to go. Turnover. Spartans basketball, and we got a foul call.
We just talked about that.
You just told him.
And that's the easy spot because as a coach, you want to channel them to the sideline, so that always looks open. And that's why kids go there, because it looks open, and then all of a sudden it's not.
So we head to the free throw line once again. This will be Addison Jones, 6 points, both 3-pointers, and another key missed free throw.
I like Jones's effort tonight. I think she's been pretty solid. She has turned the ball over a little bit, but I think that the hustle and desire is there. I like her effort tonight.
Second free throw. Got it. Ties the game at 35, and we have another timeout. 49.8 seconds remaining. Now, Coach Shelton's drawing up play here, and I'm sure she's saying, don't go over there. Try to get something in the middle of the floor.
We used to move them around so they'd stay out of the corners.
Yeah.
We're going to stack you at half court so you have no choice.
That's right. You come over here, and I guarantee you're not going to like it.
Yeah, I think she's going to spread them out a little bit. She'll get her best ball handlers and her best free throw shooters up in the front and have them help bring the ball up the court.
And whatever you do, go to the basketball, too.
Right. I would loop Zoe around here and bring her out the other side. Not in the corner.
Not in the corner. Oh, my.
Connersville.
Phew. So Mount Vernon will have the basketball. There you see that big stack at the top of the key. A lot of denying of the basketball going on here. And that ball went out of bounds.
Of foot.
Well, I thought it did too. I thought it went off of Bottomley's foot, but they're going to say it was actually a turnover by Mount Vernon. They're going to say Gabby Thomas touched it last.
So now switching here, I think you stay in that half-court trap. You stay with what's got you to where you are right now.
Don't mention the word overtime.
We are not.
The lob pass, turnover. 15 in the second half. Ball loose in the backcourt. Bodies diving all over. Somehow the Marauders came away with it. Williams. Here is Bucksot on the baseline. Back to Williams. Still plenty of time.
Just has to hold the ball at this point. And they're going to run Coach Shelton's favorite play.
There's that high screen. Here is Wood for three. Missed it. Rebound Spartans, and we will go to overtime. We're tied at 35 here at Mount Vernon.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Vernon Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as...
This, by the way, is our first overtime that we have had this season. Neither team able to really do what they needed to do at the end of regulation. They had a lot of sloppy basketball there at times.
Yeah, the last 48 seconds for going both directions were obviously not what they wanted. This is good. Going into overtime at this point in the season is good to kind of see where you are, see what you're made of.
By the way, it's good for us, too, because we get a bonus every time we go into overtime.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's like $100 every minute.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's
That's
great.
Amazing. I love this job.
Who wouldn't? I'll text Keith and tell him to get that check ready for tomorrow. Spartans basketball, and they traveled with it. I'm running out of space for the turnovers here, Coach.
Yeah, taking care of the basketball is got to be a bigger priority moving forward as we head towards the tournament. We're approaching the halfway point of the girls' season, so cleaning up some of these turnovers is going to be imperative for both teams.
Unofficially 28 now by Connersville. Yet they're still tied in this one in our first overtime.
Let's get something going to the basket here for Mount Vernon. Keep moving until you have something going to the basket.
Wood, three-pointer, no. Her percentages, as you've alluded to, she's not a great three-point shooter yet. Will be probably, but not right now.
Yeah, 29% for the season.
15-footer wide open and missed by Bottomley, and the rebound by Williams.
And Williams has had a couple big rebounds, but they haven't been able to step up and hit a shot.
Baxter in and out. Another rebound by Bottomley. Nice crossover, floater down the lane, and good. Nice job by Addison Jones.
Yeah, I think Jones has had a decent game for them. I know she's turned the ball over a little bit, but I think that she's gritty and she digs it out. She's trying to do everything that she can do to will herself to get to that point where they can win.
Williams left alone out top. Spartans now with a 2-point lead. Be a big win for them on the road tonight, especially when you think of all the turnovers they have had. This is Williams. Williams against Bennett. Coming up on 2 minutes.
Again, you've got Wood, who's a good ball handler, and her getting to the basket, that's a great cut. That's a great cut by a freshman.
Basket good. Williams will go to the line.
And just as good of a pass. I think that was Reagan Britt that made that pass. Yeah, Reagan Britt.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great finish. You have 3 freshmen on the floor right now for Mount Vernon.
I don't think Addison Jones particularly cared for that call. As we await Bennett to tie the shoe, and now we're ready to go. And here's another big free throw. We saw Bucksot miss 2 that would have given Mount Vernon a 3-point lead in regulation, but she steps up and hits that one.
Slow down here and take care of the basketball. Keep the ball out of the corner.
Drive to the baseline. Cross-court pass, wide open Pennington. Missed it. Long rebound by Britt.
Got to get the ball out.
Britt double-teamed. Yep, got to get rid of it here. And what do we have? Finally, and I thought I heard a whistle a little bit ago. Better be careful. One of those assistant coaches down there might get themselves a technical. Certainly don't want that this late.
Not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I thought I heard a whistle there at one point.
I did too.
But it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well, 38-37.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Well, both teams trying to grind it out here in the last now 141. It'll be Mount Vernon basketball. Press put on again by the Spartans.
You do not want the ball in the corner for sure.
Oh, and it went off the end line in a unforced turnover there by the Marauders.
Those bounce passes, we're back to that.
Yep.
On an inbounds play, they're just too slow. Yep.
Looks like we may have another timeout. This will be a full timeout once again.
It's a good learning opportunity for Mount Vernon and for Connersville, really, at this point in the season.
Well, at this point now where both teams can't afford to turn it over here with the last 141, got to take care of the basketball. That's your biggest priority right now.
Mount Vernon got back into the game driving to the basket.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen that in the overtime period. So hopefully I'm sure she's drawing something up that has them going to the basket on this.
You know, we were talking a little bit ago about turnovers and how you really have to value the basketball. If you're giving another team that many more extra possessions to score, is there a mentality these days where maybe the turnover isn't as big of a deal as it used to be, or?
To me, yes, it's still important. I think that we see a lot more up and down basketball with less value on a possession.
Yeah, I agree. On the drive is Pennington, and she will go to the line.
You know, I think you look at teams like even Purdue, and Coach Painter's talked about turning the ball over and valuing the basketball. And I didn't get to watch tonight to see kind of where we were, but you have college coaches talking about the same thing, the value of each possession.
The game is played so much on the perimeter now. Mm-hmm. You don't have that inside presence as much as you used to. I mean, the game's changed a lot over the years, for sure.
It has.
Here's Pennington at the line. Pennington has struggled at the free throw line tonight, and she'll continue to struggle. She gets one more here. I have her, by the way, for 0 for 6 now from the free throw line.
Yeah, every little shot matters during games like these. So I'm sure Coach Smith will go back and look and see at the end of this kind of, between the turnovers and the missed free throws, you're right there. And their strength of schedule is 49. I mean, they've played a tough schedule. They're ranked 80th overall state ranking. Connersville is. So, I mean, you're talking about a good team.
Second free throw is on the way. Missed them both. Rebounded by Williams. Williams out on the dribble, gives it up now to Wood.
This is where you want the ball in Wood's hands and you want the ball in Bucksot's hands. for those last free throws of the game.
Boy, whatever you do, don't take a quick shot right here, right?
No threes here.
Boy, protect the basketball. Mount Vernon leading it by 1.
And you got a wide open. That's exactly what you wanted.
Layup,
Great drive. Good pass.
Yeah,
Good pass.
Baxter now has 4. Now it's a 3-point lead. Here's Bennett on
That's
the
a great drive. That was a great, strong drive. Like to see her doing that. Exactly.
12 points now by Bennett. Back to a 1-point lead.
And Mount Vernon does not need to be in a hurry, but that was a great pass.
Buckshot with the layup. Back to 3. Spartans. And we've got a whistle and a foul, and that will put Connersville to the line. This will be J.C. Wilhelm. 35.6, still a 3-point lead. How about
got a lot of enthusiasm down there.
You got to love it.
I think they're the reason that they're missing the free throws, now that I think about it.
Well, it's got to be something.
Yeah, that's louder than you think.
Yeah. Well, Pennington doesn't want to shoot it into that crowd for sure.
Right. That's right.
Second free throw is good. Timeout on the floor. And this will be a full timeout, 42-41.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the game, we'll have the Morales Group post-game show, followed by the Piper Logistics Player of the Game announcement. Coach will have that for you. Send all your email to her if you don't like her decision.
Well, I think that we've got several candidates tonight.
Okay. We'll keep it in the bag for just a moment.
Timeout.
Yep, better hurry. They got it in play. Connersville wanted a 5-second call, and layup at the other end is good by Williams. Oh, that's actually going to be Baxter again.
Plenty of time here for Connersville to work for a good shot. No need to hurry.
Drive down the lane. Shot's going to be missed by Bottomley and picked up by Williams in the backcourt, and a foul.
Yeah, I can't believe that that's what Coach Smith would have wanted in that situation right there. We got in a hurry a little bit, getting to the basket.
Well, you can seal it pretty much here if you hit them both. It'll be a 2-possession game with 15 seconds remaining. But the free throws have not always been automatic tonight.
They have not been kind.
So here is Williams as the entire gym goes quiet. She missed the front of 2. Now you can still make it a 2-possession game with 1.
Rebound is critical here, Connersville.
And missed them both.
I believe they have a timeout left. They have plenty of time.
In the corner, that's Pennington.
It's got to be a 3 at this point.
6 seconds remaining. The kick out. Here's Bennett. 3-pointers on the way. It's long. Ball loose in the corner, and it's over. Ball picked up there by Alea Baxter to finish it out. In your final score, Mount Vernon wins it 44-41 in overtime. We'll come back. The Morales Group postgame show is next on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Vernon Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Back here at Mount Vernon, it's time once again for the Morales Group postgame show. The Morales Group is in business to create a better future for you and your family. Real quick here, Connersville falls to 3-3 on the season. They were led in scoring tonight by Anaya Bennett. She finished with 12. Sarah Pennington with 7. Addison Jones had 9 points, and J.C. Wilhelm finished with 7. On the other side, Mount Vernon now 7-2 on the season. They were led by Addison Bucksot with 17. Zoe Wood finished with 13 and 6 points by Alea Baxter. And by the way, Williams also had 7 points tonight for Mount Vernon. Time also to name the Piper Logistics Player of the Game. And Coach, who do you think it was tonight?
I think hands down senior leadership at the end of the game. Although Zoe Wood had a great burst there towards the end, I think Addison Bucksot was huge for them tonight. And that senior leadership underneath, she did all the little stuff and just had a really nice game. Yeah,
17 points, and for a player that only averages 5 per game, I mean, that's a big lift for them. They probably don't win this game without her tonight for sure.
Absolutely correct.
And, of course, Zoe Wood, we mentioned, the other player in double figures with 13. But, again, Addison Bucksot is the Piper Logistics Player of the Game. We'll come back and tell you about some upcoming games right here on IndianaSRN.
First, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Back one final time here at Mount Vernon High School as the Marauders get the win. We want to remind you, busy weekend coming up for boys high school basketball. Coming up tomorrow night, we'll have Covington at Covenant Christian. That is a 7:30 tip-off time. We'll also have Ron Colley as they will play at Heritage Christian. That too will tip off at 7:30 on Friday night. Don't forget, coming up on Saturday, we'll head to Seymour, where Seymour will be hosting the Grizzly Cubs of Franklin. That game will be a 7:30 tip-off time once again. And don't forget college basketball action. That's coming up on December the 14th. Anderson and Rose-Hulman. That is a men's and women's doubleheader. All the action on RHIT.TV. Thanks to the entire crew. Great job as always again tonight. Your final score in overtime, Mount Vernon 44, Connersville 41. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time right here on Indiana SRN.